Welcome back to Midday. Our first guest joining us, Corporal Jody Shelkey from Kamloops RCMP. Thanks for being here, Jody.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, as always, you come with safety tips and lots of must-know things for us here in Kamloops. A big one this week, and sort of very timely with what we've been talking about in the news, is robberies and attempted robberies at businesses in the city. There's been several in the last few days. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, what are we facing here right now?
Well, there's been 3 robberies in 10 days in downtown Kamloops, which is very unusual. So it's nothing that's alarming. In previous years and months, we've had, clusters of robberies. Sometimes it's the same person. In these situations, we have nothing linking them together. Sometimes it's copycat. The news gets out that there was a robbery and somebody thinks, wow, if they were successful, I'm going to try it too. So we're not sure which situation this is.
Are these armed robberies? Are they violent in any nature?
2 of them involved a weapon being produced. One was an X-Acto knife and one was a knife. There's been no violence to the clerks. They're just brandishing either the X-Acto knife or the knife when they walk in, which is threatening enough in itself.
Of course. Okay, so that leads me to why we wanted you to talk about this today, because there's a lot of things that business owners can do to help make sure that they don't become the target of thieves.
Yes. So first of all, if you can afford it, have good surveillance. And the second thing to do internally within your business is to set a limit or a float that's in your cash register.
Okay.
So say the business is only going to have $150 or $200. When you reach that limit, then the money has to come out and either go into a safe in the business, a safe that's attached to the floor of the wall, or the money has to be deposited at a bank.
Okay.
So set a limit. Have a sign on the door that says you don't take large denominations of bills, so people aren't coming in with $100 bills and $50 bills and so on. So have those policies up front. And then it's a good thing every 6 months or so to review robbery etiquette with your employees. And that would be to let them know if the business is robbed, to remain calm. It's a hard thing to do, but basically just follow the directions or what the wishes are of the robber. Keep yourself safe and do it.
Okay.
Don't chase, when the robber leaves, don't chase them or try and follow them in any way while you're talking to them, or engage in any way. Just do what they ask. And then what we ask is that you be the best witness you can be.
Okay.
So what was the robber wearing? How tall were they? What is their build? What did they sound like? Any visible tattoos? Things like that. And a direction of travel if possible. If your business has been robbed, the bad guys left, then lock the doors and wait for the police to come.
Okay.
Locking the doors is important because often we'll try and use our PDS or police dog service. And if there's been a lot of people in and out of the door, they have no scent to start with.
Right.
So lock the doors, wait for the police to come, and then just give us the information that we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good tips, of course. And we should mention that those robberies were mostly downtown, right?
Yes.
This time around?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're talking a little bit too about driving, winter driving. I didn't think we'd have time to talk about this, but I really want to talk to you about this because of the snowfall warnings that are in place now. It's always good to get your perspective on this. What do people need to know? I mean, you must think you're repeating yourself all the time, Jody.
Believe it or not, at this time of year, some people still don't have their winter tires on.
Oh my goodness.
So get your winter tires on. If you're traveling the Coquihalla, someplace where there's a snowfall warning, you need to give yourself lots of time in many different ways. Lots of time to get where you're going, so leave early. Lots of time between you and the next vehicle traveling in front of you. And then also the time when you're done your trip to call to let people know that you've made it safe. So make a plan, tell somebody when you're going to be arriving there, and give yourself time. Good.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, Jody. I'm glad
you.
we covered those 2 topics. Fantastic tips as always. Kamloops RCMP's information is there on the bottom of the screen. We're back in a couple of minutes. Cooking in the Kitchen with Chef Wayne Wong. Stay with us.